back to Tech Lounge. Today I have one for all the musicians out there. This is one of my favorite pieces of musical tech that I've been enjoying for several years now. It is the Roland Microcube Bass RX. It's a small little practice amp that you can either plug in or use batteries. It's got 4 little speakers in there. You can tell you can probably see that there are holes in the speakers from my kid shoving my cable through it, but it still works fine. Roland products are generally very well built, and yeah, it's just been a fun little practice amp. The sound coming out of it sounds a lot bigger than this amp actually is, and because it's got the 4 speakers, it allows you to do some crazy sounding chorus effects. So right now I'm playing this is a Squier 60s Classic Vibe P bass, which I love, with flat wound strings. These are Labella low tension flat wounds. So I've got the amp set with the equalizers all in the middle. All the effects are turned off. This amp also has a built-in drum machine. And let's see, and the one you just heard me play was set to the flip top, which is the Ampeg B15 model. And that's why this is tech, is because this isn't your standard analog practice amp. It's actually, it uses Roland's proprietary Cosm amp modeling to get sounds of different amps and different effects and things. So here is, again, the B15 sound. Let's see if I turn it up just a little bit. The gain is set to about halfway. If you crank the gain on this setting, you can actually get a little bit of overdrive out of it, which is cool. So, and I'm not playing through any pedals or anything like that. Okay, let's see. So there's also let's see here. This is the Fender Bassman model. Although Fender Bassmans these days are used as a guitar amp. When it first came out, it was used as a bass amp. So this has more of a higher mid-range sound to it. Okay, let's see. And then this one, Bass 360, is the acoustic 360 amp used by Jaco Pastorius, used by Larry Graham. My fretless bass just went down. The preamp broke. Otherwise, I would use that to show you guys the sound. But here it is. Okay, Session is the SWR. So this is more of a clean, just an ultra clean bass tone, modern hi-fi with, I believe, a little bit of a scooped mid. And that's basically the Marcus Miller tone if you use an active bass. Let's see, Concert 410 is an Ampeg. It's also got a microphone setting for you to plug a mic in, and then it's also got an octave setting. I don't know if the microphone can pick up the low octave or even any of the tonal differences. You'll just have to take my word for it. When you play this thing, you can hear the difference. It's very subtle, and the the low octave is very low. It doesn't give you that sort of mid-rangey growl that an octave pedal gives you. But you know, all of this is just meant to give you little flavors of sounds, so you can have a fun practice amp and not get bored with it. Because you know, most practice amps are pretty boring. They don't have a whole lot on there, but this will give you a lot. It's got a built-in compressor. It's got a tuner. It's got effects and a drum loop. So let's check this out now through an active bass. So we'll mute it with the tuner, unlike before. And then we will switch to a Lakeland Skyline model active 5-string. Let's see. So and then we'll all use the super flat setting, which gives you a wide dynamic range. And with something like this, if you have an active bass, you generally may want to kick in the compressor, but I'm not going to. Let's see here. Let's see, and then throw some chorus in there. Some flanger. And my favorite, the touch wah, which sounds awesome with the flat wounds, but I will use the Lakeland. Let's see, let's change this tone a little bit. Let's see here, and then it's also got some delay. Let's see here. Let's set everything back to flat on this bass. Or you can do it for a quick slap back. And then there's reverb. We'll go all the way on the reverb. And then one of the drum loops. The low B string, so you can see it handles the low B very well. Alright, and to top it off as sort of a bonus, this amp actually sounds great with a guitar. I even had a guitar player friend of mine tell me so when he tried it out. So let's grab the Telecaster. All right, shout out to my friend Ray in Las Vegas for sending me this Tele. It was very generous of him, and I love it. Thank you so much, Ray. Let's see. So we'll plug this in, and I'm gonna. So what we usually do for a guitar sound, set it to the Fender Bassman, turn the bass all the way off, turn the mids to about 10 o'clock, turn the treble all the way up. I'll give it reverb, turn the gain all the way up, of course, and even then you're just going to get kind of barely overdrive. So let's see. See, I'm not much of a guitar player, or a bass player for that matter, but yeah, that's it. So that's the Roland Bass Micro Cube RX. Pick one up if you're in need of a practice amp. Have a good one.